Hello everyone. You've got Summer Maki here with my hat, with my glasses, and my super chill attitude to take on the day. No, you know what? None of you deserve Summer Maki because all of you have an attitude against the Pixel 6a, and I'm tired of it. No, I'm just kidding. You're not losers. But can you please calm the down? Listen, I'm into tech. I love comparisons just as much as the next person. Samsung versus iPhone, over-the-ear headphones versus earbuds, Bose versus nothing. Some of you will be mad at that. But listen, the intensity behind the Pixel has to slow down. At the very beginning with the Pixel 1, it had a good rep. It had a pretty good rep. The first 1 and the 2 are really where it started. MKBHD is behind a lot of this, as we all know. He liked it. It wasn't like blowing anyone out of the water, but it was great for a first phone. And I loved it. I've still got it. But slowly but surely, ever since the Pixel 3, positivity for Google has really slowed down. We see this on Reddit, we see it in Twitter, we see it on YouTube even. Everything you read, I dare you to find me a YouTube video or a article written by a mainstream source that doesn't have some sort of negativity towards the Pixel in the title. The Pixel 6a is great, and we are shocked. Something like that. And I don't know why it's the thing to hate on Google, but everything you see about Apple is positive. Even the ads that it's sending out. There's just a news article a couple days ago, I'll see if I can find it. Was something about how Apple's going to start giving us some sort of ads in the Play Store or in the App Store or something like that. And it was like positive. Like all these Apple places were like, look at how great this is. And I was like, what is even happening? We're celebrating ads just because Apple made it? Like, this is ridiculous. Samsung is kind of it's seen as the other side. If one's cops, the other's the robbers. Or if one's blue, one's red. Google doesn't fit anywhere. They have the reputation that they're always listening. They have the reputation that they're always watching through Chrome. But Google has made a very large effort within the past year or two to be privacy conscious and to tell you at least what's going on with your data if you're using their services, such as Google Photos. It'll say your data in Photos, and it'll show you exactly what the AI is scanning, what it's doing. It'll tell you, yes, we're doing this, but it's anonymized. Also, apologies for my laundry. Today's cleaning day, and I didn't move that out of frame first, and it's too late. I'm not going to move it, so have fun with that. But anyway, I've been very impressed with what Google's been doing recently with privacy talks, with the Titan M2 processor in the Pixel 6 series, which actually still always existed before the Pixel 6 series, but it just wasn't marketed very well. With the clearer communication, with the better marketing, with the higher and power processors, it's all very, very positive. Are there things to dislike about the Pixel 6 series? Yeah, definitely, for sure. The battery is not the best. I wish it was better. Believe me, I actually don't know where I left my phone, but I was gonna flash it because I have the Pixel 6 Pro and I'm proud of it. I guess I'll just flash these bad boys anyway, and you can be jealous of my orange boy. Of course, there's negatives with the Pixel 6 Pro. There's negatives with every phone. You're not going to find a perfect device. What I really dislike is companies that don't get the credit they deserve, regardless of what company it is, for the effort they've put into a device. So for example, with the Pixel 6 series, and going back a little bit in time with the Pixel 6 Pro and the regular Pixel 6, I have seen far more negative things, or like indifferent things. Like MKBHD's video was like, nice try. Like it was way more than a nice try. It was easily doubling what they gave us before in the Pixel 5. Triple camera setup, better camera setup, better hardware, better Bluetooth, better processing, better security, better everything. It easily doubled what we had. Actually, no, not including storage. I thought I was going to make a really good point, but I guess not. Anyway, you get what I'm saying though. The Pixel has come a long way. And really, if we're gonna actually be fair about this, I think that the Pixel 6 should be, with a grain of salt, but rated against iPhone 6 and Galaxy S6. Because this is 6 years into Google's actual Pixel line. I realized Nexus was a thing. That wasn't, they weren't trying with that. They were just kind of making phones. It wasn't like world-changing effort like the Pixel is. coming up against Apple. Obviously, that's not a tried and true science. It's not going to be exactly equal because the technology now is far different than when the iPhone 6 and the Galaxy S6 were around. But still, this is 6 years into Google's try, into Google's effort, and like 15 years into the other two. So there's going to be a difference as far as software and learning and AI and all that stuff. Even before iPhone, Apple had iPods. For years, they've got touchscreen analytics, they've got user data, they've got all kinds of stuff. Precursor to even the first iPhone. So why am I making this video? Why am I saying all this? Do I think that Google is just misunderstood? Google's not like other companies. No, I mean, I think they are misunderstood, and I think that they really need to rethink some of their marketing. I'm glad they've done it far better the last year or two. But I think they still have ways to, including Stadia, which we have seen with all the hate. Also, by the way, they're not shutting. Google just kind of throws stuff out there and lets people interact with it the way they're going to interact with it. They're not trying to be one thing or the other necessarily, which is strange for the user because we're used to being told everything we need to think and everything we need to hear and everything we need to like and dislike. What I really want to talk about is the Pixel 6a, an amazing phone, a great phone, amazing for the price. Like I work in cell phones. I work at an AT&T store. If there's anybody that's down to earth and understands what customers are looking for and what customers do and don't care about, it's going to be me. I do it on a daily basis. I open probably like 8 phones a day and set them up for people and hack into their Google accounts and hack into their Apple accounts and do all kinds of stuff. The Pixel 6a is an incredible value, especially with a carrier deal. With AT&T, it's $2 a month. I believe with T-Mobile and Verizon, it's free. But let's compare that to the other free phones that you can get. And I promise I'm getting to a point here. Other free phones. T-Mobile Revel, also not a bad phone, but does it compare to the 6A? 6A is going to be better. Galaxy A03, A02, whatever's out right now. A13 maybe. A13 is the equivalent in AT&T because they're both $2 a month. They're not even giving iPhone SEs away for free. They're not doing any of that. So really with the price equivalent, the Galaxy A53 and the iPhone SE are the equivalents to the Pixel 6a, and it's being given away for the price of the A03. That's crazy. If you've ever picked up an A03, I feel your pain. I feel your pain here. Hopefully you haven't had to use it as your actual device because it is a terrible device. Because it is a terrible device. The camera's bad, the screen's bad, it's like I don't know if it's actually an LED, but it looks like it's an LED. The processor is bad enough that like it can't even stay connected to Wi-Fi and do downloads at the same time. Sometimes when I'm setting them up, it's a disaster. So for the average consumer who doesn't want to spend a lot of money, whether upfront for taxes or on their monthly bill, to have a flagship processor and flagship camera and flagship security and an amazing screen at $2 a month is incredible and revolutionary and life-changing for some people. Because some of these people are walking around with A01s, A02s, like J3s, J7s from like 5 years ago. I've literally had one this week, a J3 come in and get either, I think they actually ended up going with the Galaxy because it was an older lady and she wanted to stick with what she knew. But still, like the point is being made. The Pixel 6a for a regular person is an incredible deal. Here's my point. If I go on YouTube right now and I've search Pixel 6a review, I'm gonna get MKBHD, I'm gonna get Mr. Who's the Boss, I'm gonna get This Is Tech Today, I'm gonna get TechSpurt, I'm gonna get Joshua Vergara, I'm gonna get Technically Speaking, I'm gonna get a lot of reviews. And very few of them are positive. And this is why that's a problem. I, as a Pixel 6 Pro user, I don't need MKBHD to tell me how great the Pixel 6a is. I already know that because I want the device. It's actually on the way. I ordered the Sage one, by the way. Be proud of me. I know how great it is. I want to use it. I want it as my secondary, my work phone. But the average grandmother or parent or a sister or brother or college student that wants this device is not going to be able to find the resource they need to find out how good of a device it is, and it's our fault as the users. Google did an amazing job with their marketing. that's not on them. They marketed the phone great. They've got carrier deals. It's cheap. It's very accessible. Any Best Buy, any carrier you walk into, you can get it, or you can have it shipped to you within 3 days. It's on point. It's our fault that we have flooded Twitter and Reddit and YouTube with all of this bad clout around the 6A, because people need the 6A and they want the 6A. They just don't know they want it yet. Like I wanted this phone, just like I wanted this phone in 2016 instead of my 7 Plus. I just didn't know it yet. I was bored with what Apple was doing. I had the 6 and the 6S and then the 7, all the Plus. And I was like, you know what? I'm driving for Uber. I'm like in school. I'm just bored. Like it's the same phone over and over again. What else is there? I literally went into a Verizon, the same Verizon. I actually literally went into the Verizon store and I was like, I just bought the 7 Plus. I'm within my 14 days. I'm just bored with it. I don't feel like I can spend $900 on this phone. And I didn't even get the color I wanted, but that's beside the point. I don't feel like I can spend $900 on this 7 Plus and feel like I'm getting a good deal. I feel like I'm wasting my money because I want the newest one, I want the new battery, I want the new processor, but I don't think I should have to spend almost $1,000 on it. What else is there? And he said, come here, let me show you this. Because I was like, I think it's the best camera in the market. And he was like, oh, well, have you seen the Pixel? And I was like, no, what's that? And I was like, but it's got one tiny little camera, right? Like the iPhone 7 Plus has 2 and it has a telephoto. How is this better? And he said, go stand right over there. So I stood about 6-7 feet away and he took a picture and he's like, I'm gonna take a picture of both your phone, the 7 Plus, and the Pixel XL. I'm gonna show you the difference. And he showed me, he zoomed in, I think I was wearing a polo that day, and he showed me the stitching on my collar. And I was blown away, and I've been Team Pixel ever since. So shout out to that guy at Verizon who knew how to do his job. I wish I remembered his name. I would try and give him a shout out, but I don't. It's been too long. My point is, if you're a Team Pixel user, sure, shout out any bugs you get, shout out any feedback you have. Do that. Do it in a kind and edifying way that it's seen as this is a positive thing to shoot up, not a negative. It is a negative because I don't think it should be happening, but I don't want you to not buy this phone because of this bug. The bug will be gone. Pixel 4 XL, battery was terrible at the beginning. It was not great. But you know how many Pixel 4s and 3s I sold and I have not ever had one complaint from an actual user? All of them. I've never once had somebody come back and complain about the 3 and the 4's battery. But that phone was trashed, and even though it was fixed within 6 months or so, which that's another discussion, whether Google should be releasing products that they're going to fix in 6 months. That's not what I'm talking about. Software more efficient, they made it work, but the damage was already done. And the reputation was already tarnished. People already didn't like it, and they stuck with Galaxy or iPhone. So please, for my sake, for your sake, for future Team Pixel users' sake, please be patient and please give accurate representation to phones when they come out. Really, regardless of what manufacturer makes it. I'm just talking about Google right now. But the 6A is a great price. And I guarantee you that the top 10% of people arguing on Twitter, no user will ever find those problems at all. Half of them are using like a 2-hour battery that they have to keep charged all day and it's inflating. Like the battery is not terrible. It's terrible compared to the Galaxy S22 Ultra for $1,200, 3 times the price. So all I'm saying is let's calm down a little bit, put on your summer hat, chill out a little bit, get a drink, and let's ride this out and be a little more kind.